We actually have Oklahoma City Police Chief Ron Basie here with us live right now for an interview, and this was, Chief, something we were going to talk about. I know you just heard about this at the same time that we did, and it was a big topic at the council meeting that you were at just a couple days ago. You've heard from people concerned about a potential ICE facility in Oklahoma City. What are people concerned about? What have you been telling them as they bring the concerns to you?
So, Cameron, first and foremost, we have no control over what would happen within a privately owned property. But regardless of the outcome, the police department was committed to keeping Oklahoma City residents safe. That's our primary purpose and our goal. And so we understand as we look at events around the country that it might cause concern for several members of our community. And we don't want unrest or any problems in our community that would create any more divisiveness. Oklahoma City is unique. We talk about the Oklahoma standard, but it's how we conduct ourselves during times, good times and bad times, and adversity. And so I always tell people, remember that standard. It's okay for us to disagree. How we disagree is important.
I wanted to also talk about the council meeting there because there was another topic that was brought up. It kind of ties into immigration and enforcement, or at least that was the take of some of the council members. Councilman James Cooper, who brought up concerns about LexisNexis, which is the software that helps you as law enforcement to fight crime. The councilman and some other people, though, worry about the sharing of personal information through the software and that might tie into information being shared even to ICE or federal agents. You spoke in defense of the software, saying that you guys use it as a police force. Did you want to comment on that for the people watching at home on that?
So on the topic overall with immigration, the police department has been really consistent in saying that if people need help, we want them to call for help. We don't want people in fear when they need help to call the services of the city, especially the police department. We don't want people to get hurt. So please, 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 if you have an issue, please call us. We're here to serve and help our community. As it relates to the databases, there were two that were brought up, the software. LexisNexis is our online reporting system, and that was part of a plea from our residents to make being able to complain or compliment on an officer a little bit easier. And so that is the electronic reporting system, electronic complaint, and the ability to compliment an officer online. That's all LexisNexis is. Number two was Accurant. Accurant is software that we utilize, and we don't share any of our data with any federal agencies.
And that may be a continuing topic. I know council said they're going to bring it back up, so we'll have to follow up on that. It's been a tough week for a lot of Oklahomans. This winter storm, a historic one over the weekend. We got so much snow. The cold is stuck around. I know for the police department, it had to be a really busy time. I almost too wanted to ask you about that incident from Sunday, that really sad incident where a woman was killed while sledding. She was being pulled by that vehicle. The rope snapped. She was killed in the incident. And two people were arrested for it too, Chief. I'm curious if you wanted to shed light on what was the reason for the arrests, and would you speak just on that incident and the danger maybe of doing something like that?
So no, the interesting thing about this weather is that we all know that we have to be a little extra cautious in how we traverse on the roadways, and we take all the precautions to stay warm. But some people see the entertainment in the weather and the snow. Kids play. In this particular incident, one car was pulling someone on a sled. They were being pulled by a rope, and I think the rope broke. The second driver was associated with this group and was following and hit the person on the sled. Both people were arrested under suspicion of DUI. And I believe the driver in the second vehicle also had a child in the car. So there's a possible child endangerment charge and a second-degree murder charge.
I know it was a busy time with the winter storm, yeah. And I also wanted to follow up on another story we've tracked here on KOCO5, the Capitol graffitiist. That was a big one that happened just a few weeks ago. Somebody vandalized the state capitol, the House of the People. Person got caught, right? And this was an arrest that you guys helped with. And I'm curious, how did you catch the person who did this?
So we have amazing analysts who work around the clock to try to identify and address issues when they occur. And we have great partnerships with our other law enforcement agencies. OHP was a part of this as well. And we were able to, without going into a lot of detail, utilize that technology to identify a person. We were able to build a case on that person and arrest them.
Something else I know that you wanted to talk about, and you were just yesterday at a funeral for a fellow police chief. This was Police Chief James Smith out of Lawton, right, and just passed away somewhat suddenly, right? And I know you were at the funeral yesterday. Did you
Yes.
want to speak about that? And I know it's a tight-knit community, law enforcement, and I'm sure that this is something that's kind of weighing on you a little bit.
Absolutely. My sincere condolences to the family, friends, and the community of Lawton. They've lost an amazing leader. He was, in my words, quietly magnanimous. He didn't speak a lot, but when he said something, it was very profound. It was impactful. He is some amazing things about him. The youngest of 11 kids from rural Kentucky, grew up in farming, and just really made a life for himself, serving the community, not only in the military, but also in law enforcement. And he will truly, truly be missed.
Sounds like some big shoes to fill for sure. What other things are coming up for you guys for the police department? I know the legislative session starts soon, and maybe you'd be keeping an eye out for any laws that come out, because I know there were new laws that went into effect at the end of last year. I'm sure you're paying attention to that. Always doing a lot of recruitment too, right? What kind of things are you paying attention to here coming up in the near future?
Legislatively, there are always things that we're paying attention
Yep.
to, and those are bills that get introduced that may have what we may consider to be an adverse or a positive effect on law enforcement and how we serve our communities. And we are still, it's early on, and we're still monitoring that process.
Yep.
As far as recruiting, we are always hiring. We're actively looking for people who want to serve the community. If you have a servant's heart and you want to give back and you want to be part of the solution, please, please, please join OKCPD.com.